Hey guys, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. As always, I'm DemonFire93, and last time we witnessed the murder of Nagito. I mean, I guess we didn't witness it, but Nagito's dead. We have to figure out who killed him. We are starting the investigation. Ah, this. It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here, and the...
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil...
Oh, using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killers set up some sort of trick with it? I mean, look at the Monokumas.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire.
They caused a fire to destroy evidence. That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but I think there's more to it than that. Oil lighter's been added to the truth pull section of my handbook. Alright, fire grenades! Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably the fire grenades. Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. I wonder why. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Really, fire grenades that didn't put out the fire is not strange to you? You sure about that? Why is a Monokuma plushie stabbed through? Monokuma's dead! There's blood coming out of his stomach! Hey. No response! He's dead, Jim! Just kidding! I'm not dead! Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Hey! Don't put oversized garbage there! It's so misleading! What the heck? What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that! Huh?
You're so evil!
He's probably lying! Seriously, you're always lying! You should just die! Like that plushie over there!
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monami, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know.
I
won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
can't lose!
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. But Monokuma plushie has been added to the truth pull section of your handbook. Sonia?
So just as I thought.
If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the last trial. Then we can think about what will happen after.
Akane.
It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikon's. But it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time.
What doesn't matter?
So...
The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp.
If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time?
What were we doing? Well, right now it's
time. It's 12:30 p.m.
So it also has a clock function.
Then that means Nagito died nearly 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill.
Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it.
If it happened 30 minutes ago, wasn't it around the time we were struggling with the bombs?
You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon.
Alright!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer.
The only person who wasn't there at the exact time that we were finding the bombs was Sonia, actually. Shit.
But this could be this could be like when Nakamura died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup.
Also, the crime looks pretty detailed, so that would have needed time to prepare.
Alright!
And whoever doesn't have an alibi before we find the bombs is suspicious.
Huh?
Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's why we all split up to search for the bombs.
Yeah, that's the problem. Fuyuhiko? I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen? Huh? What's gonna happen?
That's obviously wrong.
That's right, the school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that it'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up! Shut up!
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this'll end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
You...
Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Jackie? She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about that sprinkler.
That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see a girder right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak?
Huh? You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is that blood?
Blood? What, did it spray up that high? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line.
That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange.
It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Blood mark. Blood on girder has been added to the truth bowl section of your handbook. Kazuichi. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way? It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. Okay. Time to investigate Nagito's body. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Okay, hand. Oh, burnt rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of the rope, that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Burned rope has been added to the truth bowl section of your handbook. I went knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel?
There's this knife. It must be from the military base.
Military base? Ah, now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife.
So, much like our other cases here, the fifth trial, you remember, we're paralleling the first game to the second game. So, the fourth class trial, the fourth case happened because of trying to save the others. They were trying to Gundam essentially sacrificed himself, much like Sakura did. He just didn't kill himself. He, killed Nekomaru so that we would find him, we would solve the case and help. We would get out of the funhouse so we could all survive and eat. This fifth case, the only thing I'm finding so far, there's not a body switch, I don't think, because that looks like Nagito, but the only thing I can find out that there's the parallel to the first game is the survival knife. Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand?
It cannot be.
And then they finished him off with a spear.
How cruel.
Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why do they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it?
A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife has been added to the truthful section of your handbook. Fate. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture?
Huh?
I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? Another thing, Fuyuhiko was the one who was supposed to be investigating the fifth island, searching for the bombs. So, Fuyuhiko here could have been the one to get Nagito, tie him down, and start torturing him to try and get the information as to where the bombs are, and then find out, oh hey, they're just next door at the factory. And so then he left him to set up the whole trap, because the fire was part of the thing. I don't know exactly what happened with that, but the fire is clearly part of it. I wonder if he wouldn't have died from smoke inhalation because he had duct tape on his mouth, but not his nose, right? I don't know. If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? No, it's probably where the bombs were. Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito.
Damn it!
Refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. It might be Fuyuhiko. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Torture wounds has been added in the truth pull section of your handbook. Can I get legs? No. Left hand. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. It's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound, and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange.
Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but does the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm.
Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered.
Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but
There's something else that's strange?
when you flip it over and look at the back of his hand,
Well,
here, there's also blood. but only above the middle joints of each finger.
You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
It's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win.
Yeah, sure, you win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Blood on the left hand has been added to the truth bolt section of your handbook. Face! He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez! What a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it. Doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him.
Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me.
Chucky moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing? Or hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here first.
Hey!
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed.
The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case...
Man.
It's no use, she's not listening.
Hey!
Hey, how about the blood splattered on his face? There's no blood under the duct tape.
Ooh, what's wrong with that?
Well,
This duct tape has crinkles. Like it was sticking toward the insides of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. Duct tape has been added to the truth bolt section of your handbook. Huh. I think that's everything, right guys? Oh, okay, I guess we should look at the spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. I mean, that's from the castle, right?
There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? Wait, that's the spears that Monokuma used in the first game. Oh, mighty spears of Gungnir to kill Junko. Oh, not Junko. Mukuro. You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from?
I feel like I saw it at Nizumi Castle.
What? Nizumi Castle?
What the hell?
I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice! Damn you all to hell! I see, even he doesn't know what's inside the castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle, it looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. So Nagito was gripping the cord. and in his left hand. So that means that the spear was dangling overhead from him, because it's clearly it wrapped over the cord wrapped over the girder. He's holding onto it with his left hand in that spot where there's no blood. And then the spear came down and splattered blood all over him when he let go. Well, that doesn't make sense if you let go of it. If you let go of the cord, how would I don't know. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Spear of Gungnir has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. I guess I'm done with this area surrounding Nagita's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as this? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito, there should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than the fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. Alright. Yes. We're leaving the back. Oh, hey guys. Monokuma panels. Huh? There are a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? Last time I came here, I seem to recall they should have been neatly put away.
Maybe we're the ones who made this mess.
Huh?
See?
Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to that door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly.
No, that's not the problem.
Seriously, it'll be fine.
With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it! It's trapped! Seriously, just stop, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored her protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. And that knocked over the Monokuma panels. Could it be? Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over, starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line.
Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange?
Strange, that means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Monokuma panels has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. MP3 player. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe.
It looks like that weird music was playing from here. You know, that music was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. The music was playing from the MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? MP3 player has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. Okay. Is that all? I think so. There's still areas I haven't finished investigating yet. What? What are you talking about? What areas are you talking about? I don't see any other areas. Well, even if though I did say I was gonna freaking kill him,
Hey!
there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know?
Jeez, so pathetic.
We'll think about the countdown after we live through this class trial.
Looks like this side is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there was an important clue here, we might not be able to notice it.
But it's better than the warehouse burning to the ground. Good thing we were able to put out the fire.
But there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades.
You are right.
I agree. If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy.
Miss Sonia's all wet. She's all drenched and soggy.
Hey!
You were thinking that, huh?
Of course not!
I wasn't thinking that at all.
Say what?
Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime.
Whoa!
You're screwing with me?
Disgusting.
Oh my, screwing! How lewd!
Hey!
Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. I only imagined it for a second. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut already. Okay.
Hey!
Fuyuhiko. Right. Sonia? Looks like Sonia's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we're pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute?
Yes, what is it?
I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded.
Huh?
Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right?
It is alright. It is not a bomb.
Why did you know the bombs were a fake? How did you know is the better question there, Hajime. Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my!
Oh,
It cannot be!
do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus shit! You son of a bitch!
Sonia.
I am sorry!
I'm terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base.
Okay.
When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there.
Huh?
Well,
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone, so I kept silent the whole time.
Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
that is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found.
And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered?
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought from the were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs.
How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake?
Because I attempted to use one of them.
What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At that time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
And also, Usami was there, or Monami.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it all to hell!
I love Sonia cursing.
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb.
Sure.
Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappear, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did not think it was strange when Nagito blew... I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. It was funny to see how he blew up soda like that. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well.
If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reasoning for doing it.
With this, I've explained everything.
Do you have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me.
You're right, I got it. Sonia's account has been added to the Truthful section of your handbook. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried.
Yeah, I am.
Well,
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range.
You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him.
I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
can you hear
Hey
me?
guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too?
In a sense, Chucky, the others gathered around her.
I see. I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
Huh? But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here.
I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other places, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas, we'd have to give up completely.
You don't really need to say that.
Hey, hey!
Then it's okay if we leave this place?
Well, it's okay.
Yes, but that's all the time we got for today, guys. So as always, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.